Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. I am so happy here. Welcome to the first Christmas video of the season. I am so excited. It's November 15th and I've been wanting to get into the Christmas spirit since the beginning of the month, but I'm still waiting for some things I ordered and I can't decorate my apartment until those arrive, unfortunately. So that's why you can still see my fall decorations out. But I thought instead of doing a regular December TBR this month, we're gonna do a December reset kind of vlog. I have some fun things planned. I wanted to start this video off today because I'm gonna go shopping with my cousin today and we're hopefully gonna find a lot of Christmas stuff. Crossing my fingers. I also want to go to the bookstore to see if I can find some Christmas books because I only have a few on my TBR and I want to get some more. We're obviously also going to pick my December TBR in this video. We're gonna decorate my apartment for Christmas and I'm thinking about doing a Christmas bucket list of things I want to do this season because I really want to romanticize it. My biggest goal for this season is to make it feel nostalgic and to just get that feeling of being a child at Christmas because there isn't a feeling more magical than that. So that's my goal. Hopefully we're gonna achieve that in this video. I'm definitely very excited. It's been a couple of days since I last updated you. My Christmas decor is supposed to arrive today. I'm crossing my fingers that it actually will because it's already November 21st and I'm starting to get a lot of FOMO because I see everyone posting their Christmas videos on social media and I'm still posting my fall videos. So I do feel a lot of FOMO right now. My plans for today kind of changed. So I'm free for the whole afternoon now. It's currently Friday and I'm off work. Maybe we're gonna pick my December TBR already because I did get a few Christmas books and I think I've completely forgot to mention that in my intro, but I'm also making an advent calendar for my mom and my boyfriend and I want to pack those up either today or tomorrow. So we're also going to do that together in this video. And I also have two packages that I want to send to two of my friends. They're kind of a book Christmas themed. I hope that they're not watching this video. One of them lives in Germany, so the shipping shouldn't take too long. But the other one lives in Sweden, so I'm not sure how long it will take for her to get the package and I want it to be a surprise, so hopefully they're not watching this. But I think I'm also going to show you what I got for that and that's it, I think. I'm kind of in a mood to pick my December TBR, so I think that's what we're going to do first. I'm gonna use my spinner wheel with my TBR prompts again. Hopefully some of the prompts will fit the Christmas books I want to read. If not, I'm just gonna add those on top. And then I'm also gonna spin my physical TBR wheel at least once. I don't want to overwhelm myself in December. I didn't read as much as I usually do in November. And I know that December is a pretty busy month social activity wise, so I don't want to pick too many books. I'm gonna record my screen again and spin the wheel and we're gonna see what prompts we get. Our first prompt is a book from my favorite genre. That's a very good prompt. I don't really have one favorite genre. It always depends on my mood, but for right now I would say romantasy. So I'm gonna see what books I have to choose from. I'm finally gonna read Heavenly Bodies. This has been on my TBR for so long and I've heard so many great things about it. This is the first book in a romantasy series. which involves mythology, magic of course, and an enemies to lovers trope. We follow a princess called Elara, I think, who has been cursed by a prophecy that says that falling in love could kill her. And when her home is attacked, she flees and ends up being captured by a rival kingdom where she meets a prince called Lorenzo. He offers to help her, but in return, he wants to use her magic in war. So they start training together and start to fall for each other, even though they're of course supposed to be enemies coming from rival kingdoms. But I think we'll follow Elara, finding out about her magic that is apparently a lot stronger and more dangerous than she originally thought. So it sounds like the perfect romantasy to me, so I'm very excited for this. Let's spin our wheel again. Our second prompt is a Bookstagram recommendation. I think I'm just gonna look at the Discover feed on Instagram and record my screen doing that, and we're gonna pick the first book we see. Hopefully it's gonna be one I'm interested in. So the first post is a collection of Christmas books, and one of them is already on my TBR. So I'm gonna go get that one. For the Bookstagram recommendation prompt, I'm gonna read The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. I have read the first two in the series, and I didn't enjoy them. I do have to say they were really fitting for the season. Like, they had, at least the first book had a lot of fall vibes, so I'm really hoping that this is gonna have a lot of Christmas vibes and get me into the Christmas spirit. But unfortunately, I wasn't the biggest fan of the romance, so hopefully I'm gonna like this a bit more because it just looks like the perfect cozy read for the season. In this one, we follow Kira, who really hates Christmas, but she just bought this rundown Christmas tree farm in Dream Harbor, which is the small town that the first two books were set in as well. But the farm is really falling apart and she doesn't really know how to run a business. And then Bennett, this guy from California, turns up and wants to help Kira, which she resists at first, but I'm assuming gives in at some point. Apparently there's also a mystery involved in this because there's a rumor that the previous owner of the farm buried something valuable on the land. So they're trying to rebuild the farm, solve that mystery, and fall in love along the way. So the synopsis sounds really good. Hopefully this won't be as cringy as the first two books. I definitely don't mind cheesy books, especially with Christmas books. I also love Hallmark Christmas movies, which are like top level cheesy, so I definitely don't mind that. But somehow the first two books in the series were still very, very cringy to me, so I'm not too optimistic about this, but I'm gonna try to go into this with hopefully neutral feelings to not judge it from the very beginning. Then let's pick our third prompt. The third prompt is a book with flowers on the cover. I had two books on my TBR with flowers on the cover, but I've picked Archer's Voice. This has been on my TBR for years at this point, and it has been such a hype book for so long, and there are dandelions on the cover, so it does count. I somehow thought this was YA, but after reading the synopsis, I'm not so sure about that anymore. But we follow Bree, who moves to this small town in Maine after a traumatic past. And she meets Archer, who doesn't speak because of a childhood accident. He's very isolated and shy and just very hurt inside, so people in this town tend to avoid him. But Bree starts to learn sign language so she can communicate with Archer and that they can connect. So they start helping each other working through their traumas and facing their fears. I know that this is a very emotional read. I haven't seen anyone reading this without crying, so I'm not really sure if I'm ready, but hopefully watching them heal and help each other will kind of balance out that depressive part. I'm very intimidated, but I'm also very curious to see what the hype is about. So we are finally gonna read this month. Let's pick our fourth prompt. Our fourth prompt is a fantasy standalone. I feel like that's a pretty hard one because pretty much all fantasy books come in some sort of a series. I actually have a few standalone fantasy books on my TBR because I have quite a few Illumicrate books left to read. I canceled my subscription a few months ago because I didn't end up reading the books, but the ones I've read so far were pretty good and they're always so pretty. So maybe I'm gonna renew my subscription at some point, but I'm gonna read Watermoon. This is so beautiful. And I always love the end pages in the Illumicrate books and also the covers without the dust jacket. It's always so stunning. But this is set in Tokyo and it says, would you rewrite your destiny if it meant losing a part of your past? There's a pawn shop that not everyone can see. Most people only see a restaurant. Just a few chosen ones, the ones that are lost, can see the pawn shop, where they can pawn their life choices and deepest regrets. And we follow Hannah, who inherits this pawn shop, but on her first morning as the new owner, she finds the shop completely ransacked and her father missing. And when this young, charming stranger comes into the shop, he's not there to pawn regrets, but to help her. So they go on this magical quest together, and I always love quests in fantasy books. They make stories so fun. So it sounds really cool. And apparently Hannah has a secret of her own that she must confront, and she has to make a choice that could change her life forever. So apparently it's a very high stake fantasy, but at the same time it sounds very cozy and whimsical. This sounds absolutely amazing and I'm very excited. And then last but not least, let's pick our last prompt. Our fifth and final prompt is the most recent book I bought. That is perfect because, as I've mentioned, I have a few Christmas books on my TBR that I'm definitely going to read in December, and the book I bought most recently is one of those Christmas books. I'm gonna read The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. We follow Maggie, who's a cozy mystery author, and she gets invited to spend Christmas at this remote English country house. But her rival Ethan, who's a thriller author, is also there. And I'm assuming this is kind of a spin on And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, because their host Eleanor, who's also a writer, I think all of the characters in this one are authors, which is really fun. She disappears from a locked room in her own mansion, and then a snowstorm cuts off the house. So they have no phones, they aren't able to leave. They're just stuck at this remote house, and Maggie and Ethan team up to solve the mystery, even though they don't really like each other. But as they start investigating, as always in those types of stories, they discover secrets about the guests that they're staying with, about Eleanor's past, and also her fortune. And it's obviously also a rivals to lovers romance. And it's a very short book. It has just under 300 pages, so it should be a quick and fun and hopefully cozy read. It's definitely not a typical Christmas book. I feel like most Christmas themed books are romance books, so I'm very excited to read this one. And I'm also obsessed with the cover. Maybe because pink is my favorite color, but I love it so much. We're also gonna spin my physical TBR wheel now, just like we did last month. I hope that the list is up to date, but we're just gonna spin it. I think I'm only gonna spend it once. The book for my physical TBR we're gonna read in December is Wicked Little Deeds by Cat Alice. This is a YA thriller slash mystery, and on the back it's described as Riverdale meets The Haunting of Hill House. We follow Ava, who lives in this creepy small town called Burden Falls, and she witnessed a very bad accident a year ago, and she still has a lot of nightmares, and she feels haunted all of the time. And one day her school nemesis gets brutally murdered, and she finds herself being one of the suspects. And the small town has a lot of legends about curses and haunted stuff, and with all of what's happened to Ava, she's starting to wonder if maybe all of those legends are more real than she thought they were. So it's definitely a very creepy thriller with some horror vibes. I'm not the biggest fan of horror, so hopefully there won't be a lot of it included in this one, but it does sound really good. And this is also one of the books that has been on my TBR for so long. I didn't even know what it was about, but now reading the synopsis, it does sound really good. I have one more book on my TBR. I picked this up last December, but then I somehow didn't end up reading it, but it's Escape for Christmas. As you can tell, it's a Christmas book, and I'm also obsessed with the cover of this one. This is about Sophie, who used to absolutely love Christmas until her fiance dumped her in December. So she wants to start over by running a cozy guest house. But since she's pretty traumatized with everything related to Christmas, she advertises that guest house as a no Christmas retreat. So she's avoiding all of the festive stuff, but she kind of starts to open up to her neighbor Brody, who's a local vet. But with running the inn and interacting with different guests, Sophie slowly starts to heal and starts to open up to love and also Christmas again. Especially the setting of this sounds so cozy and exactly what I want in a Christmas book. And I've also been slowly starting to enjoy slow burn romances, and this does sound like one. I do have a pretty ambitious stack of books again, but I'm really excited for every single one of them, so I'm not gonna complain. But I think while I'm here, I'm also quickly gonna go through everything I got for my friends' packages. And then maybe later tonight, we're also gonna pack up the advent calendars. My friends are both readers and also swifties, so I got them pretty much the same things. First of all, I also got them The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, so all of us three can read it this year, maybe. Because I thought it sounded so cute, and like I've already mentioned, I'm also obsessed with the cover, so I also got them a copy of that book. I also found this Merry Swiftness card, which I thought was so cute, so I'm gonna write them a little letter in this. I also got them this sleepy time tea, because tea is perfect for reading. I got them a Taylor to-do list. One of my friends is starting a corporate job soon, so I thought that would be perfect. I then also got them a lot of Christmassy candy, these chocolate caramel almonds, then a pack of this gingerbread mug cake, a lot of Christmas chocolate. I also got them these Christmas candy cane eye masks. I thought they were so pretty. And I got each of them a red scrunchie, some more tea because I was obsessed with the packaging of this. Then I also got them some Christmas themed bookmarks. I have buddy read every single Sarah J Maas book with one of my friends, so I got her a Akatar bookmark that just says hello fairy darling. And then my other friend has a cat, so I got her this bookmark that says you paused here, which I thought was really cute. But that's it. I still have to pick up some packages to pack those things in, and I'm probably gonna bring them to the post office on Monday. Hopefully they will both get them in time. but I'm optimistic and I'm really excited for them to receive the packages. You're not gonna believe it, but my Christmas decor just got here. But it's already like 7 p.m. and it's dark outside, so I can't film right now. So I have to do that tomorrow, but I'm so excited that it's finally here. I'm gonna channel my inner crafter right now and make my mom's advent calendar. I have everything I want to put into it laid out on my rug, and since I have to bring it to her, I have to package it somehow, and I've seen a few different ideas on TikTok and Pinterest, and I'm gonna try to use this cardboard box to kind of paint like a skyline. I don't know how to explain it, and I don't know if it's gonna turn out the way that I imagined, but I'm gonna try my best. After I've done that, I'm also gonna go through everything I'm gonna put into her advent calendar and then wrap everything up. And my goal for tonight is to finish hers, and then tomorrow I can make my boyfriend's calendar. I do have one thing that is not done yet because I made some Polaroid stands holders out of air dry clay, and it took so long for them to dry, and I've started painting them today, but they're not done yet. So I do have to put that in there right before I leave to visit my mom. But other than that, I can get everything ready tonight. I am done, and I'm honestly kind of proud. I think it turned out really cute. For the smaller things, I got these red bags, and then for the bigger things, I got this wrapping paper with those red stockings, and then I got these stickers to number them. I'm just gonna go through this without any big explanations. I got this milk chocolate spoon to make hot chocolate. Then I got her Christmassy fuzzy socks. It's a set of 2. And with all of the smaller things, like these iPads, I also put in some chocolate. Then, like for my friends, I got her this gingerbread mug cake, some tea with this tea filter thing. I don't know what you call that. Then this was actually a PR package I got, but I don't really drink hot coffee, so I'm gonna give her this travel coffee mug. And kind of matching with that, because I have a coffee machine for ground coffee, but I also got this in the PR package. They are just coffee beans, but I don't use them, so I'm gonna gift it to her. Then I got this dried flower soap kit because she likes to do a lot of DIY things, so I thought this would be fun. I also got her a face mask. It's just like a sheet mask. Then on December 1st, I'm gonna put this advent calendar candle in there. It has the numbers 1 to 25 on there, so you can burn a part of the candle every day until Christmas. I also got her more chocolate, of course. Then this DIY kit to make felt ornaments. Then this festive hand cream. A butterfly cookie cutter because she is obsessed with butterflies, and she's also been making a lot of candles, so I got her this candle making set, and it's so stunning. I thought about getting one for myself, but I didn't end up doing that. Then this Christmassy drink with a chocolate bar. Then a lip balm with some more chocolate, of course, some lotion, some Christmassy body wash. And she doesn't drink a lot of alcohol, but I found this at a store and I thought it was so cute. And she does like white chocolate. This is a white chocolate liquor, so I still had to get it. And then another DIY kit, I also got her this reindeer ornament kit. I think it's kind of like clay. And then I also have 2 ornaments for her tray. The first one I got is this camper van that has a little wreath on it because my mom and her husband have renovated a camper van, so I thought it would be really fitting. And then the second ornament I got is this ball of yarn because she has been loving like knitting and all of that stuff. There's a lot of glitter on this. I think that is all I've got. I'm also gonna put a voucher for a part of my sourdough starter in there because for Christmas I'm gonna get her a sourdough starter kit with like a banneton and a mixer and stuff like that. I think I've gone through everything now, so I'm gonna start packing everything up and we'll show you the end result. I've done pretty much the same for my boyfriend's advent calendar. And I'm also quickly gonna go through everything I got for him. For December 1st, I got him a chocolate advent calendar. I really like putting a second calendar into the first door. That's why I put that candle into my mom's, because then you have 2 at once, which is really fun. And this is one from one of his favorite soccer teams, so that's for the first day. I have no idea in which order I'm gonna put these, so I'm just gonna go through them randomly. This is kind of a joke gift because he always gets me new Jellycats, and I found this Christmas burger, so I had to get it for him. And then I sometimes also put in notes into his calendar. I also got him some soccer cookie cutters and a voucher to bake Christmas cookies together. As with my mom's advent calendar, I also got him a lot of chocolate, also iPads, lotion, lip balm. Then I also got him some disinfectant because he uses it like 100 times a day. Then also the same gingerbread mug cake, the face mask, the chocolate spoon, the drink, some hand lotion. He also loves cars, so I got him these keychains, one for him, one for me. I also got him some Sour Patch Kids, and then these True Dates with watermelon flavor. I also got him this mango lotion because he's obsessed with mango, and he eats eggs for breakfast every single day, so I got him this egg seasoning salt, his favorite candy. He also loves popcorn, like microwave popcorn, so I got him these popcorn toppers with like different flavors. He's also obsessed with SpongeBob. I got this one, and it also came with a hot chocolate mix. Then I got him some more things from his favorite soccer team. This pocket hand warmer, some more chocolate, and then also these ornaments. And I'm gonna insert a picture here because I still have to wash it, but it's kind of also a gift to myself. But I've been wanting matching PJs for so long, and like I said, he's obsessed with cars, so I got us a matching Cars PJ. So yeah, that's definitely a bigger gift. I do have to say, in general, I did spend quite a lot on both advent calendars, but my mom's birthday is on Sunday, so the calendar is gonna be her birthday gift. And then my boyfriend's birthday is also in December, so that's why I spend a little more than I usually would on both of them. But I think they turned out pretty great. So I'm gonna pack up all of his things and then I'm gonna go to bed because I am exhausted, but I'm so excited to finally decorate for Christmas tomorrow. I can't wait. Happy Sunday and happy decorating day. I did want to decorate yesterday, but I spent pretty much all day putting away the fall decor and cleaning my apartment. And that took me so long, and when I was finally done, I felt so exhausted. My whole body hurt. I was in such a bad mood. And it's my mom's birthday today, so I also wanted to make a birthday cake and I also wanted to make some cookies. So it was a long day. And I also don't feel great today. I had a fever a couple of days ago and I think I didn't get enough rest after being sick. I kind of have a migraine, but I just took some pain meds and I hope they will help. It's around 10:30. I have 2 hours until I have to get ready for my mom's birthday, but that should be enough time. I have already organized my decor yesterday. I put everything where I want it to go. I tried to do some overnight curls, but it kind of looks crazy. But I have my Christmas PJs on for the first time this year, so that makes me really excited. I'm gonna put on some Christmas music and then just start decorating. I think I'm gonna start with my reading corner. Also, I thought I had way more decorations than I actually have. I wish I had more because I do like going overboard with Christmas decor, so I'm kind of sad that it's gonna be more basic this year, but I did spend enough money, so I'm not gonna get any more this year. I also completely forgot to show you the Polaroid holders I made. I'm quickly gonna do that. And then I have to charge my camera before I start decorating. For my mom, I made this little love letter. They're definitely not perfect, but I am kind of proud of them. I think they turned out pretty cute. And then for my boyfriend, he has gifted me a lot of Jellycats in the past, so I wanted to make a Jellycat and I did this heart Jellycat. I think it's so cute. I kind of want one for myself. Change of plans. I'm gonna start with my bedroom. I've put this garland around my shelf. I'm gonna show you in a second. And I have these red bows, so I think I'm gonna try to add those to the garland and then just decorate the shelf with books and random stuff. My Christmas decor is definitely gonna be very bow heavy this year, but I just love bows, so yeah. I am so happy with how my bedroom turned out. I was definitely very pessimistic yesterday because I thought my Christmas decor just sucks, but it turned out really cute. I'm not really gonna decorate my kitchen. I only have these two prints with like these red Christmas elements and then have a holly jolly Christmas print, but I do quickly want to show you all of my Christmas dishes. I did wash them yesterday, so some are still not completely dry. I have this gingerbread man mug. These are still completely wet. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's one with a candy cane, a Christmas tree, a gingerbread man, and a mistletoe, and I love them. Then this one I've had for years. I'm pretty sure it was my mom's at some point, but I'm still obsessed with it. It's this little Christmas penguin. I also have this little bowl with candy on the outside and then gingerbread man on the inside. I also have this mug, and as I've mentioned, my decor is very bow heavy this year, so I also love my bow mug. It's pink on the inside, which makes it even more perfect. I've also had this one for a couple of years. It's this Christmas tree mug. It's so pretty, and this is the one I got most recently. I was so happy when I found this because it kind of gives off those anthropology glasses, but it's this glass with Christmas trees and candy canes on it. But I think that's everything I have in my kitchen. I'm done decorating now. The only thing I have left to do is decorate my tree. I have a tiny tree, but I've had it for probably over 10 years. I used to put it up in my childhood bedroom, and I'm probably not gonna get a bigger one until I move into a bigger apartment because I just don't have the space to put up a bigger tree in here. But I just have red and gold ornaments that I'm gonna decorate it with, and then a gold star for the top. I have a few special ornaments, so I'm quickly gonna show you them. I have this burger, and then kind of going with that, I also have this bottle of ketchup. Then I've also had these two for so long, but I have two Friends ornaments. The first one is just this coffee cup saying Central Perk, and then the other one is the Friends couch. And this one I got this year, so I've already shown it in some video I think, but it's this cowboy boot with flowers on it, and it reminds me of Taylor Swift so much, so I had to get it. That's it. So I'm gonna start decorating my tree. I also only have like half an hour left until I have to get ready, so but I'm really proud of myself that I managed to get everything done in time. I've been sick for a couple of days now, so I haven't updated you, but before I ended off this video, I wanted to show you my Christmas bucket list. I also completely forgot I usually change my wallpapers, like for my phone, my iPad, and my laptop for every season. It's just something small that always makes me very happy. So I'm also going to show you what wallpapers I decided on. For my phone, I'm not even sure if you can see that, but for my phone, I have this Christmas tree on this red and pink striped background. I'm completely obsessed with my iPad wallpaper. I found this Winnie the Pooh Christmas wallpaper on Pinterest. It's so cute. And then my laptop screensaver is very boring. It's just a dark red color, because I couldn't find a picture that had a high enough resolution to not be completely blurred. So I just used a color. But I have also created a little Christmas bucket list of things I would love to do in December. I am gonna go on a little weekend trip to Italy next week with my boyfriend, and luckily for us, the day we arrive is the day that all of the Christmas markets are gonna be open, and we're gonna be there on December 6th, and on that day the big city Christmas tree is also gonna be lit up, so I'm very excited for that. So hopefully it's gonna be a couple of days full of Christmas vibes, and I'm very excited because I haven't been on any kind of vacation for like 2 years. So it's definitely time. But I'm also gonna insert my Christmas bucket list here. The first thing obviously is bake Christmas cookies. I always make a pretty big amount of cookies every year, and I love giving them out to my family and friends, co-workers, and on Christmas Eve I also love putting like little boxes of cookies downstairs in my hallway because I do live in a pretty big apartment complex and all of my cookies are always gone in like the span of an hour. So I'm assuming that people are happy about it. So I'm going to continue that little tradition I've had going on for a few years now. I'm also planning on doing just my regular reading vlogs in December. So hopefully you're gonna see everything I plan on doing in those videos. But I also want to build a gingerbread house. I made one with my boyfriend last year and we definitely want to do that again. It turned out really ugly, to be honest, but we had a lot of fun and I feel like having those traditions is just really wholesome and makes really good core memories. I also want to go to Christmas markets. We do have a lot of them in Germany and in Europe in general. We're definitely going to visit a few in Italy, but I'm also going to go visit a few here. My friend also asked me if I wanted to go ice skating with her, and I haven't been in years, so I'm probably gonna fall every 10 seconds. But I loved going ice skating when I was a kid, and I feel like that's such a wholesome Christmas activity. I also want to have a Christmas movie night, of course. That's a given, but I also want to read a few Christmas books. Also do some Christmas crafts. I'm not sure what yet. My cousin and I have ordered some things to paint tiny gingerbread houses. So that's one thing I'm definitely gonna do this year, but we're gonna see. Maybe I'm gonna do some other stuff as well. And I also want to get back into cozy gaming. I always play a lot of board games with my boyfriend, or like card games, and I love doing that. I also got him a new game for his birthday slash Christmas, so I'm very excited to try that one out. But I also want to get back into cozy gaming on my Switch because I've had a Switch for a few years and I never use it. Like, I really want to get into playing Animal Crossing. I also have the Hogwarts Legacy game. Is that what it's called? And I just have a few cozy games on my Switch that I never play. So that's one goal for me, to get back into gaming, because I feel like it's such a nice way to just unwind and not think about anything, and especially doing that while listening to an audiobook. It sounds so cozy. I just have to start doing it. But that's it for my bucket list, and I think that's also it for this video. Even though it was definitely a roller coaster of emotions the past few weeks, I still had a lot of fun doing Christmassy stuff, and I did get into the Christmas spirit, and I'm very excited for December to start and to get into the holiday spirit completely, because it is one of my favorite seasons, and I'm very excited to just go all out, hopefully, and have a very nostalgic and happy Christmas time. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!